crisscross play of the game. That hammer from Tyrese Maxey.
Watch the steal, and then here he decides, what am I going to do? I'm driving and boom! Turning it over and punching it in on people. 2 Timberwolves in that exchange. Maxey.
This is Ring the Damn Bell, your weekly shot of Sixers news, stories, and heartbreak. Let's go trust the neighbors.
Wow, what a
you really love that dunk, didn't you?
I did when that happened. I was just jumping out of my chair. I just love seeing Ant get posterized by
Ant's my dude,
Maxey.
but the Sixers are more of my team. But I will say, if I'm going to take this whole season that we've had into one picture, that picture of Maxey, Ant, and VJ staring down Ant Edwards,
you gotta love
it. That was disgusting.
You gotta love it.
That was nice.
But anyway, welcome to Ring the Damn Bell. I'm John.
I'm Sinaj.
We are your weekly shout out of Sixers news, heartbreak, and sometimes elation. And I'll tell you what, I'm elated last night because last night we beat that powerful Indiana Pacers team.
You're elated they did what they're supposed to do?
They did. They beat, look.
Because they don't always do what they're supposed to do.
When you got Micah Potter and Cam, what the hell's his name?
Johnson?
Cam Johnson. I forget his name.
That shows.
Yeah. He came out banging threes, and Micah Potter, and I heard Run It Back call him Harry Potter's brother. But, I'll tell you what, in the beginning, I did, the first quarter of that game, I was a little upset. I was texting you last night. I don't think you were really watching too much.
I wasn't watching. I had stuff going on.
They came out, and I was pissed at Nick because they came out lack of energy. They looked like they didn't care again, and then they went on that 24-2 run in the second period and put the game away.
When you were texting me the woes of the first quarter, what did I text you back?
You did say, it's the Pacers.
This is not going to last long. If Embiid is playing and half the Pacers are out.
Then you text them. And I think when you text me back, they were on that 24-2 run.
There you go.
So there you go. But great game, Maxey, 39-9-8. What a performance. Let's talk about what happened before the All-Star break. We had that horrible 49-point loss to the Knicks.
When you say All-Star break, my mind goes straight to the trade deadline and what the Sixers did. And I will tell you, that set me straight into the sharpest corner of that triangle of disappointment.
Look, I'll tell you, I agree. I think that the trading of Jared McCain, I believe, demoralized the team. I think it really set them back. I think, right after the All-Star break, we said, okay, Embiid wasn't going to play. And they talked about the shin soreness after his treatment on his knee. And I told you, I said,
it's not even the knee that's injured, though. That's the crazy part.
I know.
His left knee injury, but now his right knee and right shin is hurting. I know he's placing weight on the leg that doesn't hurt as much, but I don't know.
Well, I thought he was sending a little message, that he wasn't going to play.
I think that's a good theory. I wonder if a professional athlete does that. I'm going to guess they do. Since you brought Embiid's name up, I just want to say one thing. Another thing about this season that really makes me appreciate is who Embiid was and is. We thought, and we keep saying this, I keep saying I thought his career was over at the beginning of the season.
He gave him his flowers.
And then he comes back, and he's like in MVP form. And I just, all of a sudden, came back to me how much I love watching him play. And for the last 8, 9, 10 years we've watched him play, how much joy he brings to the Sixers and the fans and what he does on the court. His career was done. Now he's coming back and just doing what he used to do. And I can't take him for granted.
It was a nice run. He ran well. And then, I really thought, here's what I thought. We came back from the All-Star break. He didn't play. I thought, he's sending the team a message. Then we have a day off, and then we'll have the back-to-back against the Pelicans and the T-Wolves. And I'm thinking, okay, he didn't play the first game because it's the back-to-back, but then he didn't play the second game. And I said, okay, something's really wrong. Too horrible, too bad. The loss to the Pelicans had to be the worst loss of the season. That was just horrible.
When I tell you I was in the sharpest corner of my triangle, that was when I was the deepest in after those 2 losses. I was like, I'm not dealing with this team anymore. I was very frustrated.
I was right there with you hanging out in that disappointment corner because it was just really, really bad. I mean, the team played with no energy. They played no defense. They really looked like they didn't care. And I chalked that up. I really thought it was a reaction to the Jared McCain trade and the demoralization. They didn't add anything. Okay, we got Cam Payne back, but
he wasn't even in the league.
He wasn't.
He was not in the country.
Excuse me, but I do think that was a good pickup at the end of the day. I'm going to give you my thoughts on where I think the Sixers are going to go here. I'm going to come back to this in a minute, but let's talk about those two. You know, a great win against the Timberwolves. The
It was-
Timberwolves are a good team.
I will tell you this right now. If they lost that game against the Timberwolves, that was their third straight loss out of All-Star break, I don't think they would have recovered. They needed that moral win more than anything. And then they handled the Pacers the way they should have. But we know that they don't always handle the teams the way they should. So that was good to see. But that, I will tell you right now, on social media, on the videos and interviews and everything I've been reading, leading up to that Timberwolves game, everyone jumped ship.
They did.
They were done. They were
did.
done.
I was ready to jump ship.
I'm still hanging on to the ship. Half my feet's in the water, and I'm hanging on. I don't know if I want to jump off the ship or climb back onto the Sixers organization. I don't know. I'm very frustrated with Morey. I'm frustrated with Harris. I'm frustrated with Nurse. But now here's what they do. They're pulling us back in. Are they giving us hope again?
Well, I'll tell you what, they played two very good. And again, look, the Pacers are the Pacers. I think they're tanking. They're tanking for a pick.
Of course.
Halliburton's out the next. But I think, look, these last two games, that team that we've seen the last two nights, even though it was against the Pacers. Look, the Timberwolves is a real test.
They were 7-3 coming into that game.
Yeah, Pacers were not. They should have blown them out, and they did. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to what I said a few months ago. Mark it down.
Wait.
Down.
Wait. What are you?
We're
said
going to finish.
fourth.
We're going to finish fourth in the East.
Okay.
PG and Embiid, the core team. You're going to have health in the playoffs. The Sixers are going to. Sixers will go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think they're going to finish fourth anymore. Okay. Because whatever the East is starting to win.
If you say one, I'm going to walk out of this.
No, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be a 5 or a 6 seed. Right.
That's plausible.
And, although you got the Magic right on their tails right now. The Magic's only a half a game, half a game behind them.
I think they had that great win against the Lakers last night.
They did, and it was I think it was a last minute win. But they're only a half a game. They're tied in the loss column. They're only a half.
Can I just tell you, I love when the Lakers lose.
I hate the Lakers. Yeah, but I really wanted the Lakers to win last night.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that, but I hate the Lakers.
But so I think, look, if Embiid. He's back. So he comes back. Here goes Embiid. He hasn't played for 3 weeks or whatever. He comes back, has a 26-minute game, drops 27 points, and everybody says, he's just kind of getting back. He's getting in game shape, scoring 27 points.
This is my definition of a superstar, and that's why I know Maxey is a starter in the All-Star for his first time in his career, and he's having a great season. He is inconsistent. He does take bad shots at times. A superstar shows up every single night, every single season. And when Embiid is healthy, he is showing up every single night. Now, the playoffs, that's a different story. There have been times he missed, but he's played through injuries. We know that. But my definition of a superstar is someone who's like Joel Embiid. They don't take a night off. They're 30-10 every night. Their field goal percentage is close to 50%. They're knocking threes, mid-range, blocks, rebounds. Do you put Maxey at a superstar level yet?
Pretty damn close.
But not there.
No, he's not. He's not Embiid. Granted, it's his team, and he's reliable.
But when the season started, we said Maxey is a superstar. He is our number one now.
He is. He is because he's reliable, right? I mean, if Embiid was reliable, he'd be the
two
number
games
one.
in a row or 3 games in a row. He was 8 for 23. He was 7 for 24. That's not superstar.
So here's my thought about that. I think the NBA, look, these guys get paid millions and millions of dollars for playing a game that they love.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it's a job. It is a job for them. And when you do this job is all year. It's not just it's the off season. It's like, I think comes a time, and management can impact this as well, right? I mean, look, the Jared McCain trade, I think, is horrible. I think there was a fatigue factor, mental fatigue factor going on.
That's a real thing.
Mental fatigue, and also a little bit pissed off at management because they didn't listen to their superstar when he kind of begged them to go get some help. A little bit of letdown. I think every NBA team goes through that. Look, the Knicks lost 8 or 9 in a row a little while ago. The Celtics had to go through all
and they came right back.
They came right back. Celtics are 9-1.
But here I'm going to give you a little.
Have I told you I hate the Celtics? Right? Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a little pushback on what you just said.
Go ahead. Go for it.
These Maxey, VJ, Oubre, Grimes, Embiid, whoever you want to say, they have been athletes since they were a young age. Yes, Embiid played basketball later on in life. But the point is they're athletes, and they are competitive by nature. They don't want to lose. They hate losing. when you have a team that's tanking, you're putting people on the floor that shouldn't be there really. You're taking healthy players out and putting them on the bench and saying they're injured. But even those tank players don't want to lose.
No.
They're trying their hardest to win.
Yeah.
So when you're telling me that these from the time they could walk, they love the sport they're playing and they're competitive and they want to win, all of a sudden they're giving up slightly
I don't
because of
think
management. And I are they sending a message? What I'm trying to say is there is something there for them to give up the way they do and come out lethargic. Now, Nick Nurse, I don't think he's a good coach.
I don't think he's a
he
motivator,
gets
yeah.
lucky. He gets lucky once in a while. I do think there is some discouragement going on behind the scenes, and now they're maybe over it and trying to come back. When Embiid is out there, you can see the energy is back. They all drank monster drinks and pounding drinks, but I don't know. Paul George being out for 25 games doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it's a fact. I don't think it's a case they don't want to win. I think it's a case where I get it, it's just mental fatigue. And I've been in the workforce for a lot of years. I have bad days where I don't want to be there. But it doesn't mean you don't try.
I can't speak for you, but if you're doing something, they are doing what they love. They love basketball.
I love my job too.
You love being on the computer all day.
No, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Look, I think it's pretty tough to win when you got, your two max players sitting on the bench most of the season. And I do think that if, at March 25th, Paul George comes back with 10 games left in the season. You know what? I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll tell you what. I think there are teams out there that do not want to play the Sixers in the playoffs. You're going to 6 seed. If you're a 6 seed, you're going to play what, the 2 or 3 seed, right? If you're a 2 or 3 seed, if Embiid and Paul George are healthy, nobody wants to play them because that team, a full roster, the Sixers healthy, can beat anybody. And I think all from the very beginning of the season, we all said Joel's they're going to limit, they're going to protect him, they're going to save him. He wants a healthy playoff run.
I'm going to give you another pushback. First, I agree with what you said. Of course, a healthy Sixers with Paul George, Maxey, Embiid, VJ, Oubre, put all the guys out there. I don't think any team wants to play them. But are they more scarier than the teams above them? Would they be more scared of playing the Pistons or the Celtics or the Cavs or the Knicks?
I think it's different because if you're a number 1 or a number 2 seed, there's an expectation and there's pressure. If you're a number 6 seed, I think it's a little bit different. Not that there's not pressure because they've never gotten out of the second round.
That's a whole nother thing. But yes,
Yeah. So I don't know.
mean that's a cop out to me by saying there's 6 seeds, so there's not much expectations. We've had expectations for this team so many years. The year with J.J. Redick and Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons,
That was the
Tobias
year.
Harris, and Embiid. That was the year, and that was 7 years ago.
We went to every playoff game that year. It was our first year with tickets. And that was the year we kept saying every time Kawhi Leonard touched the ball,
I'm gonna ask our producer to insert this clip here of Embiid doing the windmill dunk against the Raptors in that series.
Embiid fakes, Embiid down the lane.
When he did that windmill dunk, in that moment, I thought we got the Raptors locked up. We're going to go on to the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to win that. And then we're going to go to the finals and decimate who's ever in there. That windmill dunk, in that moment, I became a believer.
we would have won the finals that year if the
Warriors
quadruple
were just destroyed. Half the team
quadruple
didn't play.
doink didn't happen. That was pretty horrible.
Yep.
But anyway, hey, couple things let's talk about last night's game a little bit more because Jay Huff. We were talking about Jay Huff as a possible trade target a while ago. And you and I went to the Pacers game last time they played in Philly. And I think we both agreed Jay Huff's not the guy. Well,
No.
Jay Huff looked horrible last night again.
Your boy didn't play, Furphy.
Johnny Furphy. I need a Johnny Furphy. Hey, my wife is here in the audience today. Maybe we can can you get me a Johnny Furphy jersey?
She's saying no.
She's not going to get me a Johnny Furphy jersey. I want that and a Jabari Walker jersey. Every time
At least get a Walker jersey. Then.
Every time we go to the stadium, I don't see any Jabari Walker jerseys in the store.
Can you probably get them on NBAstore.com?
You might be able to.
The only place you can get it.
Oh my God, I don't know. That was horrible. Anyway, let's talk about the Maxey potential oop the Bona.
That's
That went in. Now, what do you think? Okay, let's ask everybody else. Leave your comments. Okay, we'll show the clip. Here's the clip of Maxey's floater, which looked like was it just a bad alley-oop pass that went in, or was it meant to be a floater? What do you think? What does everybody out there think?
I'm gonna guess floater.
You think it was a floater?
I think it was a
because
floater.
when he came back to the bench, he had a little smile on him. He was laughing. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That happens all the time in NBA, but it's fun to see.
It does. Anyway, so again, I just I can not love Maxey, but a couple things. Maxey had some just watching that game again. I know it's the Pacers. I mean, Siakam's out, and who else was out? They had their half their starting lineup was out.
Yeah.
Right? Siakam, but he had some crazy finish, and I said to Barbara watching this game, and he kind of started top of the key, split two defenders, went up with the left hand, finished with the right off the. It was just, how did he get that up? He's got one of the best finishing touches I've ever seen in the league. I would just want to.
That was pretty amazing. I will say that is he's probably one of the best finishers currently in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know of all time in the league, but I mean that was pretty sick what he did. The guy can just get to the hole, but you know what he's doing is he's in practice. He's working out all day long. He's practicing all day long. You're only as lucky as much as you put your work into it. So you can just tell how much work he's putting in.
Yeah, fun to watch for sure. But anyway, hey, let's talk about six. So we're in sixth place. We're a half a game ahead of the Magic. They're only a half a game behind us in the win column. We have a game in hand in the win column. Right behind them is Miami. We play Miami this week too. How do you see the Miami game? What do you see happening there?
This is what all comes back to is Embiid playing. Embiid playing, that's a win.
I think he's going to play.
If he's playing, that's a win. Yeah. If he's not playing, I don't know.
He played in the fourth quarter last night when we had the game put away, and it was interesting. And I think even Kate or Alice said he gets in game shape by playing.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
So I think that was just to get some reps and get some run. I think he'll play like 3 or 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, and they actually wound up scored a few points.
Yep.
But when you're going up against Jay Huff and Micah Potter, that's a tough task.
Micah Potter, whoever that is. And
have you ever heard of
the
you ever heard
Pacers
of
are on
Micah
their
Potter?
last leg. Just shoot them in the back of the head and put them down.
Well,
let them rest.
They're tanking.
Yeah,
they're doing what we did last year.
I mean, they lost some key players. Obviously, Halliburton's out, and Miles Turner got traded, and they're just in disarray right now. So at least we're not in that boat.
No, we're not. But I'll tell you what, the East is the top of the East. Celtics are 9-1 in their last 10 games.
I know.
They're 9-1 in their last 10 games.
I have to confirm this, but I heard Ray Allen just joined their coaching as an assistant coach.
Ray Allen, really?
I have to confirm.
He was a great
this,
linebacker.
but I believe
or
I
corner.
read that.
He was a cornerback. Not that Ray Allen, right?
No, not that one.
Yeah.
You mentioned the East Coast. I just want to mention something. The one thing I'm really looking forward to the NBA this year, the postseason, besides the Sixers and what's going on in the East, that West Coast playoff scene is going to be something else to watch this year. Can you imagine the Spurs, the Nuggets, OKC, the Rockets, and the Timberwolves all battling it out?
The West is tough. I think
I want to see the Spurs and Nuggets go at it. The Timberwolves and Rockets.
I think the Spurs have a chance to overtake the Thunder.
But you know what I just thought of? You think
Thunder can't beat the Spurs?
The Thunder can't beat the Spurs. No, so you think the Spurs might win?
I think they could win the West.
Oh, they can definitely win.
They're going to win
Wemby, every year he's just getting better and better. But you know what? Every year to me, the West always looks better. If playoff wise was more fun to be watching.
And the East wins.
But the East side not bad. The Knicks, the Celtics, the Cavs. You want to throw the Sixers in?
Well,
you want to throw the Pistons.
You're forgetting.
That's going to be a fun. That's going to be a fun matchup in the East too.
Pistons are 8-2 in their last 10. So the Celtics have won 9 out of the last 10. They're still 4.5 behind Detroit.
And there's rumors that Tatum might try to make a comeback.
If Tatum comes back, Celtics are
they. If I was the Celtics organization, I would not bring him back. You want to risk something? He's going to be rusty. How much can he help in the postseason? He is an amazing player, and maybe he can take it off. But you want to bring a rusty player back who's not strong. I don't know how strong he is.
I think he's practicing now.
He's definitely practicing, but is he playoff ready?
Well,
and then other teams are going to target him.
Yeah,
they will target him in the playoffs and play very rough.
Jason Tatum.
I know.
I know. I hate him.
He's a Sixer killer.
Tatum. I hate him.
He's a Sixer killer.
He is he's a Sixer killer. But the East is the East. That the top 4 teams are winning a lot. I think we're 5-5 in our last 10. But so we'll see. I mean, we got a rough go ahead.
Let's end this by asking, what is your true feelings if if and when Paul George is coming back with 10 games left, if Embiid can stay healthy, if the team can stay healthy, what is your true, honest feelings they can do in the playoffs this year?
I think they can make a run.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have the talent to challenge any of the teams.
It does. It is going to matter where they seed.
It is going to matter. You know what? I don't know.
They don't want to be. I mean, they're going to either way. They're going to be on the road against the Knicks or the Celtics or Pistons. That's going to be tough.
Well, you know what? When you play the Knicks, you're always on the road.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have home games
Good
against
point.
the Knicks.
Good point.
Because when you play even at XMA, you have 3/4 of Knicks fans there.
Mm-hmm.
I said this to everybody: don't sell your tickets when we play the Knicks.
They had to put some rule in place to let that not happen. If you're not going to go to the game, give it to someone in Philly.
If you can afford season tickets, you don't have to sell that one game.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't go,
I agree
give
with
them
you.
away.
I agree with you.
Don't give them to a Knicks fan.
Every single Sixers game against the Knicks and the Sixers are home. Why is it? It's just a ton of Knicks fans everywhere.
I hate going to Knicks game. I mean, I went to the Knicks right before the break. I went to the Knicks game. Didn't realize that Embiid wasn't playing until I got there. When I got there, I was like, oh, now I got to listen to all these friggin' Knicks fans.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Knicks. And they are obnoxious.
Well, at least you could drown your sorrows in some drinks.
I did.
But
anyway. Well, I guess, Sanaj, is that going to do it for us this week?
I mean, I need a few more games to get back to normal with my Sixers. I'm not in a good space with them right now.
I know. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm moving around the triangle.
I'm still stuck on management in front office. They're pissing me off.
They are. They piss me off too. I'm with you there. But anyway, hey, don't forget to check us out on ringthedamnbell.net, our website. We all of our episodes are posted there, easy to see. And
there's some great pictures of us.
There's some great pictures of us.
If you just want to see pictures of us, you can do that too.
You can buy us a coffee. Do that too.
I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning.
There you go. I'm there with you. But anyway, hey, please like and subscribe, because if you don't, I tell you this every week, every time we're together, if you don't subscribe, my buddy here gets depressed. I got to medicate him. It's just not a good scene.
I really don't care.
He does.
I implore not to
cares.
subscribe.
He cares.
We got St. Patty's Day coming up. If anyone wants to hang out for St. Patty's Day, let us know. We'll get some green beer and drinks. I think that'll be more fun.
He cares more than you know. He does. Yeah.
I think you're projecting.
Could be. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks everybody for who's joining us. Thanks for following Ring the Damn Bell, and hopefully we have a solid win against the Heat here in a couple nights.
If Embiid is playing, we got this win. I'm locking it in.
Got to go on a win streak here, and create a little separation between 7th and 6th to kind of secure that spot. But I'm hoping Paul George comes back end of the season. We're healthy. 2 max players. Paul George If he drops 32 again, they might drug test him again. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm John.
I'm Sanaj.
We are out.
Out of here.
Bye. Hey, Sanaj, you ever need a good electrician?
Do I ever need a good electrician? I guess.
Yeah. Hey, Sanaj.
What's up?
You need a good electrician?
Always.
Oh, I found one for you. Nick McCabe from NPM Electric. Great electrician. I call him Nick the Magician. Wired our house for wired internet in my office. Works great. Thanks, Nick. Contact information's in the comments section. If you need a great one, go check out NPM Electric.
As long as it's not Nick Nurse.
He's not Nick Nurse.
Yeah.